there, in this installment we're going to look at the page structure when we use the Beta Builder. So to start with, I'm going to go ahead and create a new page and select the Beta Builder. Let's give it a name. I'll just call it Demo for now. And there we go, here's our brand new page. First of all, I would like to draw your attention to the page properties over here. We've already looked at the page details in a previous installment when we spoke about search engine optimization. And I'm not going to speak about font and background in this installment. We'll encounter these properties later on when we look at the page controls that you see here on the left hand side. So all I want to show you right now is that you're able to set a default page width by going to the page layout property. Then when you've added a new row, then if you go to the rows properties, you'll see in the row sizing that you've got two options when it comes to the row width. The first is to stretch the row according to the browser width. Otherwise, you can set it to the content container, but this will be limited by the page container width configured in the page settings, and that would be the layout setting I just showed you. Right, so by clicking on the plus sign over here, we've already created for ourselves a row as well as a column. Now that I have a column here, I can right click if I wanted to add more columns, and it would keep adding columns to the right of this row. Otherwise, I can go to a column and I can choose to split it into column rows. And once I have a column row, I can go and add another row below that and another below that, and so on and so forth. I can also right click on the column in order to move it left or right. As far as the row is concerned, if I had another row below, I could go to this row and I could right click and I could say no, move this one down or move this one up. And now that there are some rows and columns added to the page, we can start fleshing out this page by dropping some controls on the columns. Let me quickly clean this up so that we can talk about device views. So I'm left here with one column in a row, and I'm going to change the background color of this column to something really bright and horrible. There we go, it's bright green. And now what we have on top here is the icon showing me that this is the view of this page that customers will see when they are working from a large desktop. Now I'm able to take this page without having to recreate it. I can simply modify the view for other devices. So if I now go to the tablet view, you'll see that this control repeats, but I'm going to customize it just to illustrate the point that on a tablet, users will now have a different view of this page. For small tablets, I'll change the background color, let's say to blue. And then lastly, I'll go to a phone and change the background color to orange. There we go. So now you'll see as I toggle between the different devices, not only does the real estate change depending on the device size, but you'll also pick up on the customizations that I made for each individual view. There we go, that's the small tablets, and this is the normal tablet, and then here we have large desktops. Now changing the background color for the different devices was just for illustration purposes. Typically you would probably be more inclined to want to resize controls or move things around a little bit to work within the constraints of the device size. Now that is it for this installment. Next up, we'll be looking at how to configure these controls that are available in the Beta Builder.